So the last video here is dealing with perfect squares, and you'll see kind of what I mean by this. We're going to look at this one over here first because this is kind of like the advanced question. So we're going to look at this question first. We're just going to go straight to factoring this. I'm going to show you how we can do that. When you have x squared minus 64, let's break this down a little bit. X squared, what's the number in front of the x squared? That's a 1, okay? You have 1, and then you have this minus sign, which is big time. Having that minus sign is big. That's the difference part. And then 64. Notice 1 and 64 are perfect squares, right? 1 times 1 gives us 1. 8 times 8 gives us 64. Because we have both of those and there's a minus sign there, we can just go ahead and fill some things in. We kind of know that's going to be a plus or minus, plus and minus sign. What is the square root of 1? Well, it's 1. So you have 1. And then the square root of x squared is just x. So 1x we know goes there. And what's the square root of 64? Well, that's 8. So 8 goes there, and 8 goes there. And we're done. That's really all you need to know. So the 64 gives us the, let's see if I can draw a couple lines here. The 64, the perfect square of that is 8 times 8. The x and x times x gives us x squared. And then the 1 times 1 gives us the 1. And then because it's minus, you always put plus and minus for that. Again, these are special cases dealing with difference of perfect squares or difference of squares. So if you need more practice, definitely talk to us in class about needing more practice on these. For this problem, it's a little more difficult, a little more strenuous, but we're going to follow some of the same concepts. We're going to draw our parentheses. Again, we have 49 is a perfect square, 16 is a perfect square, x squared is a perfect square, and 4 is a perfect square. So we're going to put our plus and our minus, and this is kind of what this looks like. So, stay with me on this. What is the perfect square of 49? What times what gives us 49? And that would be 7. Perfect. Over what times what gives us 16? And that would be 4. Good. And then the x goes with that. You just write the same thing over here. 7 over 4x, 7 over 4x. Because the perfect square of 49 is 7. The perfect square of 16 is 4. And then obviously we have the x to get the x squared. And then 4 is there. What is the perfect square of 4? And that would be 2. And that would be our final answer right there. This and this are factors of our original equation. So kind of keep that in mind. In order to get this, we have to multiply 7 over 4x plus 2 and 7 over 4x minus 2. And that would get us back to our original equation. Just like over here in this problem. In order to get back to, there's a lot of scribble going on there. Our original problem was x squared minus 64. In order to get back to that, we'd have to do 1x plus 8 times 1x minus 8 would get us right back to our original equation. Those are factors, things that multiply to get us back to our equation. Hopefully this helped. Again, if you know everything in these past 3 videos, then you know at least 8 problems on the quiz. Again, this just deals with factoring, and I'll make videos on solving probably tomorrow. So enjoy these factoring videos, watch them, diagnose them, and be able to ask questions the next day so that we can clarify anything that you may need. Have a good one.